What's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing well. I think I've got everything good and set to go here. Alrighty. Welcome, everybody. So, I guess we call these chores, but not really necessarily the typical ones. Try to do my lubing off stream. It'll happen every once in a while, but instead we got a little bit of desoldering. So I have like a solid like 5-ish builds, like built boards that eventually are just gonna need to be rebuilt. So just things desoldered and everything. So I want to do at least one today. It's gonna be a pretty gnarly one. I can kind of tell. And if it's fast, maybe we'll just we can continue along until I just get bored of desoldering. So let's take a look. Let's see if I can enumerate the ones that do need to be rebuilt. 1 second here. One is a hot swap, so I might not even touch that today. Maybe I will if it's just fast. And that's the ET60. I was thinking of maybe doing that rebuild pretty soon. We'll see. I think it might be next week, possibly. There's the Elixir's Eye, because I realize I actually like it and would kind of want to lube those, like to actually tune the switches in there, because they were just like a quick hot and dirty one. A separate low profile, so some cheap boards here really. Yeah, there's like 4, 5. Yeah, there's over 5. There's like 10, closer to 10. All right. Anyways, without further ado, let's take a look and see what we got. So we unboxed this a little while ago, but one thing is I never actually tested it, and I'm sad to say I don't know that I'll be able to fully test this to my heart's content. And I say that because these are a PS2 connector, which is like actually not that old. Like, it's pretty modern. You'll need a converter, a specific kind, because you'll need it to be active. I have like a one-sided converter, and I know that there's like two-sided ones, which I think are supposed to be like not too expensive, just like about $10 or so. I'm wondering if we can try these one by one. Kind of curious about that. Maybe we can like just run a little type test or something. Am I crazy here? Supposed to just push in. Have this completely upside down. It seems like I was able to connect the mouse side easy. Alright, maybe we could just try this out. So I'm gonna plug this in. I wish I had like a slightly easier access to my USB hub here. Let's see if we can get this. All right. Okay, so unfortunately, I don't think this seems to work. one would have hoped that the you'd just be able to plug this in and the mouse would start working. Doesn't seem to be the case. All right, let us then, well, let me see here. Is there anything else we could possibly do? I have something here called input device. Yet this doesn't fully function, and I'm wondering if it's because this active converter might possibly only be able to actively convert like keyboard signal, possibly. Not totally sure. This one right here was a tight fit, but we're able to do it. Let's try this out. All right, this actually does work. Okay. I can't even use this. It's not the layout I'm used to. Go with Mayday Pan. Hello, what port does it have? This is like it's a two-sided PS2 cable, or like it's like it forks out like into a Y cable for PS2. One side is for the keyboard and the other side is for the mouse, which is like this little trackball here. I find this really intriguing, but unfortunately we're not going to be able to use this. The one active converter I have, it doesn't seem to work on the mouse side, so this right here is currently non-functional. That said, I literally was just looking at one of these double converters, which we can take a look at together. So, some like this. I just need to buy this. It's like $8 here. I have a vintage board, but it has old ports, so I can't use them. Ah, it's a bummer. Yeah, they get kind of crazy. Like, I know that like some people are really handy with this side of it, where they'll go and try to convert old keyboards using like essentially like Arduino or like, you know, like Teensy based controllers, because they might understand what the matrix looks like, and they might be able to load on some software that can actually take in what signals you're trying to use. I'm not good at that. I also know that like depending on the type of connector, you might still be able to find certain types of converters and then like skip that whole thing I just mentioned. For example, like PS2, you can actually convert to USB with active converters. The important part is that you purchase one that says active. There's certain like DIN connections that should also be like pretty handy to like convert to PS2, which you can then convert to USB. If you want to see it, like actually, let's pull this out, because I actually have like it's like an old rubber dome board for which we can try this on. And I was just looking at the converters, and you'd have to do two. So just give me a second here. We're gonna do this just because it's fun, you know. Let me see. Where is this guy? It's in here somewhere. Here it is. $8 for that? You don't like the $8 price tag? $8. It's $8. Oh, wait a second. Hold up. Wait, I have multiple. I found another one. What the heck? This is a surprise. Hold on. Let's see if we can get this to work. Like, what if we could do both? What if the mouse only works when the keyboard is plugged in, you know? Nah, it still didn't work. Bummer. Alright, for some reason I also have a male PS2 to male PS2. I'm not sure why I have this. I find this a little confusing. I think the only reason I can think of is just it's an extension cable. Okay. Yeah, okay, so unfortunately I can get the whoa. Unfortunately I can get the keyboard to work, but even like this double use of these two adapters is not good. I'm wondering if when you have something like this will actually start working. Knowing that this is like specifically, like, I don't know if the quote-unquote green side is actually going to be something different as part of what makes this like an active converter. I guess we'll find out. I'll buy this at some point. Looks like I can get it by Sunday, for that matter, if I order within the next 5 hours. Okay. But I did quickly want to just show this. Guys, this is a BTC 5100. I bought this by mistake, like, must have been 7-8 years ago. By mistake, quote unquote, because I was of the understanding, people had talked about in the past that this is kind of Topre-like. But then I found out that that's a specific model called the BTC 5100C, which is much, like, significantly harder to find. This, on the other hand, is just like a pretty typical, the non-C version is, I think, just a typical rubber dome over membrane. So what we can do is check this out. This is like I think like a DIN 5 connector of some sort. And we can put this in here. And now it's PS2. And then, furthermore, we can use one of these adapters and just kind of like chain this like crazy here. Oh, this is it's a loose fit. But let's try and see, does this work? Yeah, this actually does. So it took 2 converters to get from DIN to USB, but we can here actually with really no problem. So very cool, very cool. All right, I just wanted to show that little exercise. Alrighty. So, moving along. Also, by the way, there's technically no packages today. I had some packages come in, but I don't think I can open them on stream today. So, all right. So let's run a little typing test. If you guys are curious here, this right here, we might consider them. And we had explored this when I first unboxed this like several weeks ago. We might consider these to be vintage brown switches. And it's funny because literally someone in the chat that day we opened this was willing to consider quote unquote vintage to mean like 20 years old. And we can actually look at the time code on here. And it matches up. So And it's funny because like vintage is kind of just a name. Like, what is vintage, right? Like it really depends on like how much you use it, like how much it's worn down. Would you call it vintage because it feels good? And I say this is a board that looks pretty worn down, but all right, so let's explore this here. So the Authority Wiki kind of explains that there's a date code on old cherry boards, which says 2 types of date codes: a letter indicating the year and the 2 digits indicating the production week. And so unfortunately, I think there was another article that kind of just explained or like had some screenshots. We could take a look here at this. So the date code is the thing that succeeds the serial number. So right here, it's M16. This refers to the 16th week of the year M. So as we were just there, we can go and try to find out what the year M is. And the year M corresponds to 2000, meaning that this is about 21, almost 22. So maybe 21 and a half years old, which hits the random person in my chat criteria for vintage switches. Okay, so we'll go with this. I think there's a couple of cool things to kind of mention when harvesting this guy. A few things. One, I bought it primarily like from the start as a means to harvest vintage browns. But a second cool thing is that I think that this keyboard is literally like the use of this can be laid out almost perfectly for an HHKB. So we're talking just if I want to make the cheapest, most budget board possible, which I've tried to in the past, but had some trouble finding keys or keycaps that would be both legended and like befitting of one. This is it, really. I mean, I think literally you would need like just two keycaps for the top, and that might be it. Other than that, it's that like you'll have this kind of look wrong. This keycap right here, and we just otherwise have enough. Like we can use these as Windows keys. You have the Alt, you have the 7U space bar, you have like any number of these other things. The problem I see is that most of like the numpad and this cluster right here of F keys, the escape and all that, they're like mid profile, like home row profile, which is bizarre. But otherwise, we're pretty solid. So you just put in 2 keys right here, and we're good. So let's do it. I mean, like let's try it out. So first things first, I guess, just in our attempts to break this down, we'll just have to get rid of all these keycaps. The thing that worries me the most is really going to be like opening up the case and kind of ensuring that everything. Actually, before we even do this, we should run a type test. But the thing that worries me the most about this is opening up the case and then like making sure that the trackball stays intact. And we haven't even really been able to test this properly. Mango Head, welcome. This keyboard kind of sick. Yeah, no, it really is. Unfortunately, like usual, like my normal idiocy, my normal idiot self, I won't use this. Like I will choose not to use this because it's not an HHKB. So I'll just kind of throw that out. So what did I say here? So what I was saying was I wanted to buy this for harvesting cherry brown switches, vintage cherry brown switches. The second cool effect of this is that I can actually use most of the keycaps for an HHKB build, as far as I understand. A third, I don't know if this is an effect more so than it is something that I've kind of realized, knowing that there's going to be a time where I will not use this and like I'll have harvested everything I need from it, just throwing this out there, what I could do is fill it out with meme switches and then run this for a giveaway if anybody's interested in hopping in for it, because I pay no mind. I feel like I scored a pretty good deal here for this board to get vintage brown switches, which was my primary thing. And on top of that, I found out that I can use the keycaps for a budget purpose. So I could send out this bare bones board with a dumb meme switch like we have built in the past, and it's probably going to be the same stupid ass meme switch that we've built in the past, because I have so many damn cherry blue stems and kale housings. So just throwing this out there. This is pending things I might find wrong with this. This could very well be a future giveaway item. And what's cool is like this works. I mean, like, it's just, take a look at that. The caps lock works. Numlock does not. Squirrel lock does not. Maybe it's because I'm in Mac OS. All right, so what connector does this board have? It's like a Y connector of PS2 for one side for the keyboard and the other side for the mouse. Mingo, you're just tuning in, or anyone else who's just tuning in. I have a PS2 to USB active converter, active being the keyword, that seems to only work for the keyboard portion of it. And we were just taking a look. There are two-sided like connector adapters that take in the mouse side, which might just be like fundamentally different. So I want to be able to buy that, which should be about $8, and just like test out to see if we can get the trackball working, because this really intrigues me. Like, I think that, like what you're saying, this keyboard is super sick. If I weren't an HHKB user, like, I'd be using this all day. Like, and I'm not gonna lie here. Let me also just disclose this. This ball is super smooth. Like, I don't know. I feel like this is a cool little thing, I gotta say. So, all right, let's go and run a little type test if y'all are willing. Alrighty. Wait. Let's try to find a something that'll match, a theme that'll match this. Godspeed? Sure, why not? Wait a second. Oh, I'm still in caps lock? Okay. All right, here we go. Oh my God, backspace. Oh, hold up. My space sometimes doesn't register, or I'm just weak. What y'all think? Hold on, I also want to find out. I'm guessing it's a tactile gray for the spacebar. Yep. There it is. CoStar, this is this should be Cherry, like original Cherry PCB mounted stabilizers, and I think that they're probably clip-ins. It's been a while since I've opened up like these old G80s. Oh my god. Okay. I think you guys get the picture. I'm curious if you guys like the sound, but that's what it is. Alright, so let's go through our breakdown here. So first part of the breakdown, let's just get rid of all these keycaps and also unplug this. If you're curious, you want to see it again. Oh, that bumped me in the eye. This is what this looks like. So it's a two-sided or like a Y split for mouse and keyboard. And if you want to see this, it's like pretty fun fact. Look at these little icons. There's like an actual keyboard, and look at this like 2-button mouse right here. And then it is converted. Like, I mean, unless you meant like converting it from within, but this right here via PS2, I mean, you can use an active converter to USB. And we'll take a look. I'll end up buying that $8 part, and we'll just kind of see. Drua, welcome. Drua, didn't there used to be an S in your name? Yeah, so like you don't need the adapter. True. It would be cool, and I'm sure people can and have done that for this, but it's beyond my expertise personally. It's funny, I think these are some, I mean, what, 21-year-old switches, according to the date code on the back. I can kind of tell there's kind of a funkiness on these stems. Nice 11800 also, yes. I'm sure it's just like figuring out what pins do and some soldering, yeah. And like probably some kind of, you probably don't even need like a Sora converter or anything. So like there's some weirdness on these switches. Like these stems have this kind of like matteness to them, and like they're kind of like, I don't know if you just call that dirt. I mean, I'll take a closer look right here. I'll see if it can show up. Not quite certain. Let's see. I don't know if that really shows up, but to my personal naked eye, there's some kind of weird discolorations right here, and I'm not sure if it's just like wear over the years or just some kind of dirt that's built up, but the stems look kind of funky. So vintage brown. Also, I just pulled off a bunch of keycaps and I'm a little bit curious what this one was. Does anyone remember what this was? This kind of looks like an F13, but I don't think I have an F13 in here. Looks like these were all the F keys. I don't know what it was. You're gonna get that $80 Zeal switch opener. I'm not sure about that. I did see it as the Domo or whatever. It seems like a cute gift, but I didn't know it was 80 bucks. I kept seeing all the actual images, but I don't know. Probably not. Triggity, what's going on? Welcome back. Hope the prize item has been treating you well. Just got these hair mouse switches in yesterday. They're Liddy, right on. Were you able to tune them, or are you just running them stock? I feel like I gotta clean these. I'm gonna consider ultrasonically cleaning these keycaps. Well, I'm not gonna consider. I'm going to do that. I'm gonna consider breaking down these switches and then ultrasonically cleaning, I guess, the tops and the stems. Do you like tactiles or linears? I like them all. I think, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like, I can most generally say I like them all. But I will speak to some things. I think that linears, I like the way they feel and the way they sound, just as a general notion. But truthfully, like tactiles and clickies even, I think like MX or like Alps-based clickies specifically, I literally think I type faster with them than with linears. But I like them all. I haven't lubed them or anything, but they're thick. Right on. Where did these hair mouse switches come from? Who was running them? Who was selling them? You got any info? There's so many switches. It's crazy. Where'd you find this 1800? I found it off eBay. I feel like I got a pretty damn good deal, all things considered, knowing that I was just gonna get this for the switches. But looks like we have the keyboard side working, but we couldn't get this mouse working yet. So yeah, for anyone just tuning in, as I've mentioned here, there's a couple of things to do. One is I'm gonna harvest these switches, like these vintage brown switches, and I'm gonna use them. I'm gonna harvest these keycaps. I'm gonna use them. This board will become pretty barren, but luckily I have enough parts for meme switches, so we can throw in some meme switches in here. And knowing that this will probably, hopefully, still be a good keyboard by the time I'm done with it, we might just end up running this as a giveaway once I rebuild this bare bones, but with some switches. Razor greens, no, even worse. It's ones that you have effort, you need effort for. I would love to have some razor green switches, because I would actually probably use them. But no, I have like no fewer than 1 billion cherry blue stems and 1 billion kale housings. So things that no one would actually like want to use. Like those actually, like, it takes effort to put them together. It takes effort to, upon receipt, get rid of them. What switch is that in the spacebar? This is a tactile gray. So let's think about this. Typically, and I don't know what you guys do, but I have long noticed this. Typically, especially for the space bar, you'll want like a heavier spring to help push the plastic back. Like the actual plastic, like the weight of the plastic of the space bar back up. Which you're not typically going to get from just like, especially like lighter switches. You know, when it was just Cherry producing these switches and these keyboards, they had these like switches like pre-made, these Cherry MX tactile gray switches. So instead of like, you know, swapping out a spring from a brown, they just put in a different switch. And you'll see this out of a lot of vintage boards. It's like, and even some non-vintage boards, like some from within the last like 10-15 years. Yeah, you'll find linear grays on black, you know, black boards. You might find even like within like the gamer boards of like the early 2010s. You could find like a Cherry MX red board with like a Cherry black spacebar switch. You'll find Cherry blue boards with a green, and they're all just like, these were all like pre-made switches that you could and maybe can still find, that are just meant to be like quote unquote heavier versions of the same switch. Okay, so we got all the keycaps off. Let's see if we can pry this apart. Looks like there's a bunch of screws. Let me go grab another little tray here.
Hello?
Yo, what's going on? We are on stream.
What are you streaming?
I am breaking down a keyboard right now. And it might just be a whole stream of breaking down keyboards. Where are you at?
That's amazing.
You coming back from work or what?
Well, I was at work, and then I've been stuck in traffic. You know, my favorite pastime.
Favorite pastime. Right on. Guys, for anyone who doesn't know, this is Andy, my co-host.
Not your co-host. I add nothing to your stream.
Would you like me to tell stream about your story yesterday? Or do you want to tell your story from yesterday? Or do you not want to relive this?
You have people watching your stream?
Yeah, a couple people watching right now.
What's up, people?
Mango says, was your first board a taupe ray? It was not. My first mechanical board, I guess, would have been a Philco. CM Master Keys S with blues had MX greens throughout it. That's probably the latest board with such switches. Mango is asking what highway is he on. I don't know if you'll want to disclose that, Andy. You're trying to dox yourself.
I mean, what does it matter?
I know, yeah, at some point...
I guess I could say it.
It's like, by the time someone will try to locate you, you're going to be off of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the 5.
Oh, wow.
5 north.
Wow, the 5, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's
5
what
north, love it.
That's what I would take down to go and get to you. Nice little... I don't know what that would be.
From where I left, there was 3 accidents to where I'm supposed to go.
Oh my god.
Snoozer yeah. What?
Oh, sorry. No, Snoozer no packages today. No packages today.
Damn, order some stuff to get some packages, Chris.
Well, no, I have no packages to open. I have packages, but I'm not going to open them.
On the way. Oh, what the hell? Why?
Oh, they're like gifts to other people.
What?
I don't know.
I actually have something I need to mail you.
Really?
Yeah.
Mango Head says or asks, how do you feel about the express lanes that the state is adding?
I don't know anything about that, but
yeah.
That sounds amazing.
I'm guessing they're like fast track based or something. So you'd have to like pay to get on these like fast lanes.
I would pay for it. Yeah.
Nice.
I haven't really heard.
Instead of carpool lanes? I see.
I just wish I could take public transit everywhere.
I just got a fast track the other day because I'm going to be getting a car within the next few. Yeah, public transit is cool in some ways, but there is like, you know, public transit is really good in some ways, but in some other ways it's like, I wish I had a car.
I mean, like, for like to go to work and home, I wish I had public transit.
Mango Head says
But
mostly.
like,
oh, yeah?
yeah, but just to go places other than work, I'd want my own car, of course.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Mango Head is saying, been mostly around the South Bay and East Bay, slowing added to San Mateo County. I see, are they adding? I know that there's some in Southern California, but like, these are like kind of those private freeways. Did I miss one? Oh my god.
Remember when Google Maps had that event where like you could turn your car into a Mario car?
I do not remember that.
It was like some kind of collab event where like you had a little Mario Kart in your Google Maps. I missed that. I wish that was permanent.
Yeah. Okay, I can't fully get this off, and I'm not certain as to why. Is it this?
You don't usually stream on Fridays, do you? This is rare.
I don't. Cause I usually head off to Ada's, but this it's a whole thing. It's like we're gonna be flying tomorrow, and
Yeah.
like I need to be here to be able to pack my stuff because we're not gonna, like, the airport is closer to me. So I don't know if that makes sense. It just, yeah. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense if I'm there and then I have to come back here and then go to the airport tomorrow. But also there's the fact that, like, I think I was supposed to have an event today, and then that also didn't pan out.
Event?
Yeah. What the? Yo, this is crazy. I feel like there's something underneath this foot, but I can't be certain. Jesus. Oh, okay. Oh. They're actually.
Whoa.
This thing is like there's something connecting this here. Okay. I don't know why that was so challenging. Alright, we're able to get it without snapping anything. That's good. Where you going? I'm headed back home to Vegas. Just a little quick trip. Pick up the car. Very cool. Alright. There you have this. That's the trackball. Nothing I see is immediately wrong with the trackball. So, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe it's just a converter issue. We'll see.
Have you ever gambled, Chris? At a casino?
Yeah, maybe like 2-3 years ago.
What did you play?
I think I played blackjack.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I didn't have fun.
What? Why?
Yeah, I'm not a big gambler. It's just I don't know. My parents would always gamble when I was younger, and I don't know. It was always like, eh. And then like when I actually went and tried it myself, like, you know, a couple years back, I was like, played blackjack, and then I just like lost like $20 in like 2 minutes, and I was like, this sucks. Like, no, I just
$5 hands or something. Why is it cheap?
I don't know. Well, I mean, it was literally I played for 2 minutes. I lost $20. So yeah, it was cheap, like cheap hands. But I was just like, this is what gambling is. You just, like, to me, like my first taste of like actual gambling was just losing money. So I'm like,
Were you playing with a friend?
there was a couple of us like in a group together at a table where there were a couple other people too.
With blackjack, you have to play with people that know what they're doing, and then like it's like a team game actually.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's like pretty fun. Like when you play with people who know what they're doing. Like I don't know what I'm doing when I play, but like my friends would be like, "Oh, do this, do that," and then we just like win money, and we're like, "Oh, this is cool."
Yeah. I don't know, or I could just not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always.
I don't like to gamble too much either, but like here and there, like if my friends want to go, like we'll go. Like a couple weeks ago, I went to a casino and I just drove by that same exact one just now, and then just brought back good memories.
I see. All right, we've opened this up, and there's a little bit of weirdness because this trackball is connected via this like whole strip thing right here. And then there's also other places where there's like a weird, crazy attachment to something or other. And so I can't really lift this up, I don't think, without like trying to get rid of some of these connections. Play poker in StarCraft 2. Used to gamble in this one Roblox game. Okay. Never mind, can't convert the wire since it connects to the ball. Unscrew the trackball. That makes sense. Have you tried Pineapple King? What's Pineapple King?
Ooh, what's that?
Is that a Bay Area thing? Is that a California thing? Bakery in the Sunset. Oh, okay, so it's in San Francisco. Oh, Pineapple King. I still haven't tried that, no. But Ada has talked about that. Oh, this is like this screw is like stripping pretty much right away. Okay, these are some not great screws. I'll tell you that. Because I do not typically have issues stripping screws with these drivers. This is a screw problem. Oh no, I'm stripping it. I need like a rubber band. Trying to reorganize.
Andrew was talking to me about how amazing the concert was.
Oh man.
But he said that like watching Drake perform was actually like pleasant. Like he's not a big Drake fan.
I see.
But he said like, wow, he's actually pretty good live. Like everyone was super hyped. I feel like a lot of it shows is just like if people around you are just very energetic and having a good time, like you just have a good time too, you know?
Oh yeah, absolutely, dude. %. Mango Head, do you like checking out any of the museums in the city? I used to have memberships to SF MoMA and Cal Academy of Sciences, but I let them run out during the pandemic. Alright, fortunately I have video of this, so if I forget how to do this, it won't be too bad, I don't think. Okay, whoa. Whoa, dude. Part of me feels like I shouldn't have done that. There's like this whole like contact sheet thing here. I don't know, I hope I didn't mess anything up by taking this off. Probably just ground. Is that what it is? Okay. Okay, so that now can lift up. And now we see the full breadth of craziness. So here we have another one of these sheets. Man, this is wild, man. I feel like I thought I was gonna like cakewalk through this whole thing, like finish this all in like an hour. This is like most certainly not the case. What are you trying to do? Well, I'm trying to just take the PCB off so I can start desoldering. I can do that now, but it's like I would rather like I can do it now, I guess, but I'd rather like have this all separated and like taken apart. But I think maybe I should just do it like this. Because I can unscrew this. I'm just worried I'm gonna forget how to put all this back together because I still want this to be put back together. So and like still usable like after I load in some other switches. But this is getting pretty gnarly. In-switch diodes. Oh, these look like in-switch diodes, huh? Or no, these are jumpers. These are jumpers. Oh. Damn, it's complicated, man. Even worse. That's cool because I have an FM204. It's not a problem. What's an in-switch diode? Instead of the diodes being on the board, there's the slots in front of the switch were meant so that you can utilize the switch to make the same connections that, like, say, a jumper or a diode would. I say fuck it. I'm gonna try and unscrew this. Fuck, maybe not. Maybe we should just desolder like this. What y'all think? It's like weirdly elevated. Like I could. I mean, I'll just like prop this up. I'll just like desolder like this. This is fine. Damn. Damn, bro.
Bum, 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 bum.
Risk touching the case with solder gun / iron. That's true. I don't think I will though. What y'all think? What y'all think I should do? Maybe I should run a poll. Unscrew it? No, let's unscrew it.
Bing, bing.
And did you watch Bob's Burgers?
Do I watch Bob's Burgers?
Yeah.
No.
It's a good ass show, dude.
Should I?
Yes. The answer is a whole yes.
I've seen a couple episodes just because, like, I don't know, like, people would turn it on and I'd be like, I just wouldn't find it funny, maybe because I don't know the context of the characters or anything.
I see.
But that couple episodes I saw, I was like, this is not funny. But
You don't like it?
Is it really dry or something? I don't know. It's like dry humor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've been looking for something to watch anyway, so maybe I will check it out eventually. But and then if it's not good, you're on my hit list for people that are dead to me.
Man, it's tough. It's tough because, like, I loved it right off the bat, and a lot of people really, really love it. But I also feel like I'm very, very scared because it's one of the kinds of shows that, like, some people say that they didn't like the first season of.
Oh, so you have to watch the whole first season and then second for it to get good?
I feel like that's what people have said, but I don't know if everyone agrees with that.
Well, I mean, is it like... I'm sure I'll enjoy it if I just sit down and watch it. I don't know. I'm easily amused. Can't be worse than the Cowboy Bebop remake Netflix put out.
I'm curious, man. Alright, the big driver size did help, Juro. Thank you for that suggestion.
Yeah, definitely watch the live action first so you're not disappointed. Even if you could even get through it. Like, I watched one episode and I was like, I can't do this. Can't do it at all.
You know, I'm gonna keep this upside down, even despite having all this crazy shit.
If you ever do watch it, though, there's one specific episode that I think you'd really like because there's a clown in it.
Nice.
So if that gives you any kind of motivation to get started on watching it, just know that at one episode there's going to be a clown episode.
Sick.
I think his name's Pierre.
Pierre? Hey, you remember Pierre Escargot from All That?
Sounds so familiar.
He was it was Kenan Thompson playing a French guy in a bathtub wearing a full suit.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Then he would try to teach people French.
Good ass show.
Classic.
I like Kablam.
Who? Oh, Kablam. Yeah, I remember Kablam. Kablam was really good.
Favorite was the Neanderthal one, where like the caveman and the alien.
Oh yeah, Prometheus and Bob.
The alien. Yeah. Oh, that's what it was called.
I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bob would try to teach Prometheus stuff.
Yeah, and he wouldn't get it, and then like he'd just be really frustrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my brother really liked that one too.
Well, there were so many good shows when we were growing up.
Oh yeah.
I really liked Animaniacs and what else was funny? Oh man.
Rocco? Did you like Rocco?
Rocco's Modern Life? Oh yeah.
Alright, we can move this out of the way now. Let's just put that right there. Okay. Alright, a lot of solder today. Gonna bring out the cleaning stuff. The FM204 is gonna make this real nice. It's funny though. In order to get this to work, all those kill switches, I'm gonna have to put jumper wires in them. Let me see. Does kill wire or kill housings actually allow for that? Now I'm so curious. You know what my brother like really got me to like? You know, I feel like it's funny because like I liked a lot of stuff when I was a kid, and I think a lot of it was, you know, because I actually liked it. But other parts of it were like, well, my brother liked it, so it must be good. And okay, these are weird because these don't look like I can do exactly the same thing. So like, one example is like my brother really liked Droopy. Remember Droopy?
Droopy? I don't know that one.
Droopy the dog?
Where was that from?
He was like part of those like old MGM cartoons. So like roughly,
if I see a picture, I'd recognize it.
Like roughly related to like Tom and Jerry and stuff. So let me show you Droopy. I'm gonna send this picture. I'll send it on Discord.
Oh, I remember this. He didn't talk, right?
He did, but he just talked really lazy.
Oh, never mind. I don't remember.
If anyone cares to see it in Twitch chat, there it is too. But another thing was like my brother. Okay, I gotta drink this water. I'm thirsty. We really liked Power Rangers. And then
Oh yeah.
one day he came home from school and then he said Power Rangers sucks. And then I started not liking Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing. My only guess is that at some point at school he must have like been made fun of for liking Power Rangers or something. I still don't know the story to this day. I've told him about this, and then he said he doesn't know.
Probably at a certain age, if you like Power Rangers, you're kind of like, oh, you're a kid. Oh,
Yeah.
You're not like mature.
Yeah.
Cool.
Kevin, what's going on? We're working on harvesting this 11800 for vintage brown switches. And we're chilling with Andy, who is... Are you still stuck in traffic, Andy?
I actually escaped traffic, and now I'm kind of like the streets where it's like pretty chill, I guess.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I also think about that too. I remember I was once in the car with my brother and my mom when we were really little, and then my brother said he hated the freeways, and then after that I started hating freeways too.
I mean, it's kind of random.
I know. It's crazy how much like all you need to do is just listen to something that someone else says, and then like it's just like with you, you know?
Yeah, as a kid, you're easily influenced for sure.
Oh my goodness, it's crazy. Should I get a... whatever. Hate freeways? Kajata hates freeways too? What's wrong with freeways?
Fick.
Traffic? I remember my brother as a kid said they were boring. Okay. I gotta mention this. I'm not sure if this is like a general feeling among like passengers, But like, if you go really, like, okay, because this was a sensation I got when I was a kid, like being like a kid passenger, my mom would drive. When you drive over a train track really fast, it's like your stomach kind of like lifts up. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like you kind of get that roller coaster sensation. Does anyone, Andy, do you know what I'm talking about, or anyone in chat? Does anyone know what I'm referring to at all? Or,
No, you sound like a crazy person.
or like I'm just wondering if maybe it's like, is this just like the sense that like my parents weren't good drivers and that's not a feeling you're supposed to have? I'm gonna come back and do the jumpers after I do all the switches. Okay, Kevin knows what I'm talking about. Kajata knows what I'm talking about. Alright, I'm not crazy. It's just, I'm guessing like for me it's been such a long time since I've been a passenger in a car that went over train tracks. And I feel like maybe that's largely an effect of being in the Bay Area, because how many train tracks do you really drive over here? Felt it driving down Van Ness years ago without potholes.
On my feet now, walking.
Dude, your mic always sounds so much better coming out of your phone.
Really? That's so weird.
Yeah, as soon as you connect to your car, it like goes to shit.
Damn. Maybe I should rewatch one of your streams to see how bad it sounds.
Yeah. Kajata is saying Redwood City downtown. No, that's true. It's been a while since I've been out there though. Where are you at now, Andy? Are you like picking up some food or what?
Wait, what's up?
Are you picking up food or what?
I can't hear you. There's so much freaking noise out here.
Nice.
Can't hear anything. Are you excited for your little Vegas trip?
It's gonna be very brief, but I guess a little bit. I took Monday off.
Oh, did your management ever get back to you?
So my manager's manager was like, hey, I'm okay with it, but I literally cannot go into the system and approve it. It has to be your actual manager.
Oh. What's your actual manager doing? Just like,
I think he's on vacation.
oh,
Yeah.
uh-oh.
I mean, I have no choice. I mean, I'm gonna drive, so you know.
Even when managers go on vacation, they go on freaking ghost mode and don't respond to anything.
Some of them do, but I guess not mine. At least not for now.
Hmm. Oh man, I need to pee.
So many pins. This is crazy. These are 7-pin. 7-pin switches.
All right. Well, I'm gonna head out and have fun on your stream and have a safe trip. And I'll talk to you later.
Alright, peace, my dude.
Peace.
Alright, that was Andy, my co-host. Some tracks down there, nice food. Oh, you know what I needed to do was, after getting off this call with Andy, I was like, do I need the fume extractor? I feel like I should. I should do it. Let me grab it. It's on. Alright, we're down to one microphone. I don't know where this rattling has started coming from. Let's try to do a little tiny bit of cleaning. Just cleaning up in the nozzle. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back to like this guy right here. I'm gonna do these now. The reason for this is I want to see that I'm still sucking solder sufficiently. So now with those gone, can I push this out? Looks like I was able to. Very cool. Alright, I'm not gonna lie. I am pretty certain that the stream is done after I finish all of this. I'm gonna try to... What I think I'll do is... I will try to reassemble all of this. But with literally like one switch. One of these Kale Blue switches. Because I just need to see if it's like really even possible to do what I want to do here. Oh, whoops. I started doing these foolishly. I'm gonna open this up just because I just want to be certain or more certain. cleaning up this nozzle. I think that this was a very useful practice, actually. Glad I did this, because there definitely is a bit here that deserved some cleaning. Alright. Okay, cool. Let's get back to it. So you can kind of sense that it's better after you've cleaned it. It just feels better. I'm not pulling the trigger hard enough, I think. What I'm trying here is every time I cover one of the soldered legs, I get in there and I do a little shuffle, because I wanna be sure that I'm heating up all the solder in there and that I'm sucking all of it out. So I start with a shuffle and then I pull the trigger and I'm still shuffling. That's like, I feel like when I first started using my FR300 a couple years back, like I would just like touch the tip and then suck and it would be like still not removed. I'm like, what the hell was the point of buying this? And I like doing this flat, personally. So that's why I ended up upgrading to this 204. I wonder if there's a way that we can get away with using the jumper wire. Like I've seen this. I've actually seen this on my KMac, where they got away with, like on some switches, putting instead of actual SMD diodes, which is by far the greatest acronym in all of electronics. But they put, instead of SMD diodes, where there were supposed to be like jumpers, they just put it on the PCB side. Like they just soldered it in. And I'm like, can I just do that? Like for everything? Like that way I wouldn't have to deal with second. Who won this Laker game? I guess the game ended already. Lakers finally beat the Thunder. Took 3 tries. Oh man, this thing is like bending like crazy. I mean, I hope it is just like ground, like mentioned earlier. Do another pass of cleaning after these last like 4 switches. I don't know why I'm putting this so far away. Okay, let's do another pass here. There is a little bit of weirdness here. Trying to clean this up. Some hot solder sticking to the actual cleaning drill tip. Carefully gotta try to remove this. Oh my goodness. A little bit more cleaning. Just want to be thorough as best I can. No, it is like cooling down, I'm sure. Okay. Put the nozzle back on, orient that properly. And then clean up this barrel. Okay. All right. Spin this around now. And we will work on all of these jumper wires. These are very weird. I say this because this nozzle is very wide. I'm pretty sure it's doing the job, but it is just weird. I have a thinner nozzle, like tip, but it's just, oh shit! Oh shit! I think I touched this hot nozzle to my my lens hood, which is fortunate that it's just the lens hood. Crazy, man. Stingray Shuffle, welcome to the stream, F. No, I think we're good. Like, I see like a little, there's like a little marking on it. Like, unfortunately, it isn't worse, and fortunately, it isn't on anything that isn't the hood. I know, that freaked me out. Allowed brother, welcome. 500F. That's what it is. 750 to be in fact. Gotta be more careful. Man, I really hope this grounding thing is like okay. And I really hope it is just for grounding. I think doing this by zone is probably a better idea than doing it by row. Just so much movement. It's unnecessary. I realize you guys can't see what I'm doing, huh? Let's shift over slightly. I held this up, does that make this easier? Is this what other people do? Whew. I'm getting a little tired. Whew. Oh my goodness. Whew. I think I want to clean this so I can give my hand a break. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. There's significantly less to clean because these 6th and 7th legs are like much smaller. So there's like, and there's just like less gunk in here. We're almost done. We just have like the non-alpha areas. Ah, fuck me! Oh, there was a little piece of solder. A little piece of solder that kind of came out while cleaning this barrel. I guess my hand was under. Another F there. It was like a very, very, very tiny ball of solder. Okay, Chris is still alive. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. We all good. Okay. Whew. Hopefully my arm's got enough of a break. I think it's cleaner now. Do a little bit more solder sucking. I don't know what that was. Seems like we went out of temp briefly for no reason. Going out of temp for some reason. I don't know why. Alright, numpad done. Now I just have like these top two rows, the F cluster and other. Almost done. One more, I think. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's do just a little bit more cleaning here. Like kind of wrap up here. Also, again, just because I want to take a little break. My index finger hurts. Alright. This one is cleaning out the nozzle from the inside. Try to do this more safely than last time. Okay. Okay, so I think we're done with the gun for now. So let's turn on my other mic back on. And let's just see if we could start pushing these switches out. And if not, then we'll still have a little work to do if we can't. I guess one thing we could also do is like lube the stabilizers. Clip-ins. Jeez, this is so weird. You know, maybe we could just flip this. I can just pull the switches out. Kind of works. Like you just rock it out. I'm trying not to pull super hard because you just never know. Ah, so look at this. Look at this is what they've done. Like even here, they're jumping on the board. And I'm like, was there anything wrong with doing that for all the rest of the switches? Is there anything wrong with doing that on the green side? I guess there kind of is. If something unintentionally gets exposed, there could be a short. But I look at this and I'm just like, well, couldn't they just have done this? You know? Oh, I might have missed one. Or a couple. It's a lot of switches. That's the gray right there. Ah, I did like actually miss exactly one. Damn it, I'm wondering, do I have to clean this whole thing again just for one? I should. Just want to do the right thing, you know? Okay. Here we go. Finally have this all done. Everything is desoldered. Now, what I want to do is... Man, I guess I'll clean this. Whatever. Not gonna kill me. I'll do a simple clean, just push this through. Okay. One thing I want to do now is like I want to be able to solder these things, or solder a couple of. It's like, I mean, I can spend some time building all of these switches, but I'm also curious about the jumping. Like, I'm wondering many things. Among them is, does every switch need to be in there? Does everything need to be jumped now? Because like it kind of feels like there's this chance that I'll try to solder in one switch and it's not going to work. And the whole thing just won't work unless everything is done. And if that's the case, that sucks. It kind of sucks. What am I looking for? Give me a second. I know there's some stuff I have, but I'm just trying to look for it. I have a bunch of blue stems. But did I not have as many as I thought I did? I'm surprised. I thought I had way more than this. Those are jailhoused. Well, I know I can get at least one, but I'm looking for... I had a ton of other blue stems somewhere. I don't quite remember where. I also know that we have that brutal that I'm supposed to desolder all of those other ones from. But again, I swear I thought I had way more. Oh, well, I'm also realizing I have this. I'm gonna grab a few more here. Sorry about that. Alright, I'll just bring this over. Okay. So this is my little switch stash here. It's all builds that I've finished. How many stabilized keys are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Damn. There's a lot. Oh, there's still more. There's still more that I'm looking for. That would be... I had another, because I don't want to pop all of these brown switches open just to get jumper wires when I know I think I have a little stash of them somewhere else. Ah, I found blue stems. A ton of them. Okay, found some jumper wire. All right, got a little ring box here of jumper wire. So I guess the concern here is how do you get the jumper wire to really work fully properly? And I think the real answer is with these you don't. And I think that's by virtue of the kale house. Man, this won't even work. That's crazy. This is wild for so many reasons. Like, this just falls through. And even if you did mount it, like there's literally no difference between me putting this in first or last. So let me know if anyone has any idea of like, well, why couldn't I just do this? Like what's wrong with just doing this? I mean, if I take like some other switch that's kind of like a cherry switch, can this still work? Of course I would do that. Yeah, I'm pretty confused. I don't know why do in-switch jumpers even exist? Like, this is not the first keyboard I've seen them in. But I got this question of why do they even exist? Because you can just put them in. Like, there's no LEDs on this. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to reason this out here. So, the reason you can't do this is some scenario where you have both in-switch, like with the KMac, there are certain keys that have LEDs, which are the thinner two legs that would normally go into these like cherry leg bottoms. And you had in-switch diodes or jumpers. You can't do both. And I think that you're supposed to kind of get these options. But for something like a Cherry G80, where you really only just have the two holes, and we can already see here that these aren't using diodes, these are using these jumpers. I got to imagine that doing something like this, there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, and I'm also looking at this, like, there's no way I can just solder one switch. Like, I'd have to figure out, again, like, how this totally works to figure out, okay, can I get one switch to work without all these things connecting to each other? Oh my god. So I could do that, or I can just save that for another day. And this is all just because I really wanted vintage browns and I really want to put in a meme switch here. Because this, another thing too is that these stupid kill housings do me no favors. There's no favors that are given by this kill housing. All it does is exist to cause problems. That's crazy. Yeah. So, if I reassemble this now, I will then have no guarantee that this still works. On top of that, I will have no guarantee that this still works. Like given this whole like having to do weird stuff with the disassembly, I still have remaining like no idea whether or not this works without basically trying to build this all over again, which includes these guys too. And this is like a whole thing for another day, in all truth. And one thing I wanted was to not have this stream be so long. We're 2 hours in. We're able to harvest successfully, but I think enabling this to work is just, it's a project for another time. Okay. So with that said, I am going to try to reassemble this just back in the case. We're gonna revisit it, but yeah, it's entirely gonna be another day. I don't think I want to do the stabilizer lubing right now, at least. I could probably try to I'm thinking about how goofy this is. I could harvest the clip-ins and then use some like GMK screw-ins, because I definitely do not want to waste Duroc V2s on this. A lot of things going on in my head, but again, a project for another time, I suppose. All right. Let's try to reassemble this. And what sucks is that like the trackball wasn't working from the start, so we can't even test that it will still continue to work, because it didn't work. Okay, let me put this away. Let's get this out of the way here. Don't I? This is what I want to do first, I believe. See if you guys can remember or recall the reverse order of this, because I can't fully. I think it was like this. So you take these screws, and these screws are trash, bro. Like actual, like, ass. Just immediate stripping. Like, it makes me want to not screw in all the way. But then if I don't know if everything's gonna be encased properly. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that and then just kind of see if things work. Alright, I put it in exactly the two most wrong spots. There's 4 slots for screws, and I didn't choose the 2 correct ones like at all. On top of that, I feel like the assembly for this, there was kind of a little miss here because I feel like this should go down and then the screws. No, that doesn't work. It has to be the screws first. It really doesn't matter which way I put this, so it's fine either way. Just put on the sides here because I think it's just easiest access. And I'm not going to screw it in all the way. We are just going to place this just like that. Bend this down. I'm going to place this in these slots. Trying to see if we can recall all these steps. Oh boy. Okay, there's little grooves so that we can get this fully straight there. And this is supposed to fall in just like that. Then we take our trackball, which I also realized I forgot a really critical step here, which was getting... Fuck. I forgot this. Damn it, dude. I forgot to plug this in. I don't even have to push that in all the way. I feel like there was also, I've forgotten already, but some of this like cable was definitely like in here. All right, let's try this. This is already in the wrong order. Damn, this was complicated, wasn't it? Totally forgot. Like, it's been like an hour and a half, and this is pretty nuts. I think that this was over this. This went like this. Then we screw these down. Oh my god, what a wild fucking ride, huh? This shit's crazy, bro. Alright. Is that it? I hope that's it. I think my alignment up here is still a little off. So I'm not certain that everything's going to snap into place quite right yet. I think it's like this. It's supposed to be relatively flat, but I think there's kind of an issue in that I didn't screw all of this down. Fuck. Maybe I was supposed to screw it all the way down. Damn, bro. Is that right side up? I hope so. Fucking, oh my god, bro. Okay. It's the cable, this fucking cable. Oh, it's the fucking cable, bro. There's like a channel here and it's supposed to just be there like so perfectly. I think. What in the hell is going on? I don't remember how this was. Shit. Might need to look at my own clips, my own VOD here. Try to figure out this arrangement. Let's take a look. I have to watch my own stream again and see how this was arranged. This is so crazy. Alright, let's go to theater mode. So I began opening it up. Okay, this is where I started to struggle. Oh, how did this work? Okay. So that copper side is the furthest. Okay, this is what I need. I need to be sure that that cable looks just like that. Supposed to route like this. Okay, I think that's it. Now I need to flip this over so that this, in a way, so that this can go down. It's pretty wild because like there are switches here. And then like, I guess the switches, like we solder them in and they're just pressing against the cable itself. Alright, I guess that's just how this is supposed to be. I think that's it. Did I forget anything? I don't think so. Alright. Let's also take a look, because we didn't get a very, very close inspection, but I think that there's a couple of interesting spots here. One is this guy. This guy right here. And these like couple of prongs here also kind of make assembly a little weird. But I think with that said, we hopefully should just be able to press this together at this point. Trying to see, there's a little suspicious here up on this corner where the cable is, but I think it does stick together as far as I can see and understand here. So let's go for it. These screws fortunately don't strip as badly. Alright, this is definitely misaligned in some weird way. Huh. Maybe it was just like that. I don't know. But it seems like something here is like off. A little bit. Let's see. I'm gonna unscrew. I don't remember it being this not flush. What's the opposite of flush? Because that's what this is. So here's this weird thing again. We're guessing maybe we have to push some of this out. Yep. Yeah, I don't know that you can get more correct than that. Alright, it's more or less the same than what we just were 2 minutes ago, so let's just screw it all back together and we'll handle it when we revisit it. Alright, a few more screws. We'll be all set. Our harvested G80 brown switches. Unfortunately, unable to test a whole lot of this, but what I think will happen is we're going to be using this in a future build. I'm going to have to take out those jumper wires anyway. And once that's all kind of settled and good to go, that's the prerequisite for trying to actually do a rebuild on this, because we're gonna need those jumper wires here. That don't seem right. What the heck is that? Okay, well, I only have 2 screws left. And there's like something blocking this one. It's like, it looks kind of like that layer of film. I'm totally missing that. It was like that layer of film like slipped over. Like, I'm so close to just like being done with putting this together, and I'm just getting stopped up by everything. And I feel like whenever this nightmare of a rebuild actually occurs is like, I don't know. It's gonna be like 3 times harder. I'm gonna bet, just because of all of the wire jumping that's necessary. I'm trying to think of like, do I have other, like, kale housings, I'm imagining, are the only housings that are like really undesirable. I think that anything else is really usable. So I got a bunch of these free kale housings, and I was like, okay, I can. The idea is like, okay, I can meme these like cherry blue kale housing switches, and this would have been a good one, just because like you can actually put this back together and get this working, but the jumper wires I feel like pose a huge problem. That slipped out. How did that happen? I have no answer to that other than it just shouldn't happen, but it did. I guess I'll just try to screw that one in first. You know what's interesting is once I do this rebuild, I am pretty certain that you can put like a pretty nice and even old kitting key set on this. So some of these, like, because there's no actual HHKB needed. So you could throw on something like these older EPBT, older GMK on this. It would actually all work out, I believe. This is creaky as shit. What the hell? Alrighty. Everything is now reassembled-ish for now. So, I think that just about does it. Things click. This ball still works, or like it still moves. Stabilizer's all good. So next time around, whenever it is that we revisit this, I can't imagine that I'm gonna desire doing this soon. And on top of that, we got a bottleneck with removing these jumpers out of these switches. But whenever it is we come back to this, which could be a couple months from now, to be honest, a few things to do is we need to put in the jumper wires. We need to assemble these meme switches, throw them in here. And on top of that, I think I still also want to, in the meantime, get the converter, the dual converter for this. And then hopefully, once we just kind of like test mount some of these keycaps on here, this should all work, and we can run this for a giveaway down the line. So I think that's just about it. Appreciate everybody being here tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Alrighty. We already know what's going on. The homie Elvin has a four-year anniversary stream, so let's go get over to him. It looks like he's on a BRB screen, but let's go get it. Let's go and surprise him, guys. Be back Wednesday at the latest, but anything could happen in the next couple of days. I'm gonna be gone, but through the weekend, like Sunday, Monday, late Saturday. But there's a chance I could be back tomorrow early. It would have to be really early, and it's really unlikely, I want to say. I might be back Tuesday, but also probably not. But we'll go and try for Wednesday just to be totally certain. Until then, all right, guys. Thanks so much for being here. Hit this Discord for anyone who hasn't already joined and wants notifications when I go live and wants to be part of discussions and see what I got going on. Feel free to hop in there. But good night from San Francisco. We're gonna be raiding Elvin. Peace, everybody.